Hey, welcome to our class of Tuesday Night Beer School with me, Chad, of Chad's Beer Reviews. And tonight we are talking about tropical stout style. And for that, I've got two actual tropical stouts, Lion Stout from Sri Lanka and Dragon Stout from Jamaica. I'm really excited to try this style. I mean, I have had these beers before, but it's been a long time. So let's jump right into the specs. What is a tropical stout all about? Overall impression of very dark, sweet, fruity, moderately strong stout with smooth roasty flavors yet no burnt harshness. Surprisingly refreshing in a hot climate, sweetness levels can vary significantly. Tropical implies that the beer originated in and is popular in the tropics, not that it has characteristics of tropical fruit from hops or fruit. History: a local adaptation of foreign extra stouts brewed with indigenous ingredients and methods in the Caribbean and other tropical markets. Bitterness lower than export type stouts since these beers do not have to be shipped abroad and to suit local palate preferences. Characteristic ingredients: similar to a sweet stout but higher gravity, pale and dark roasted malts and grains, hops mostly for bitterness, may use adjuncts and sugar to boost gravity, typically made with warm fermenting lager yeast. Interesting. Style comparison: tastes like a scaled up sweet stout with higher fruitiness, similar to some imperial stouts without the high bitterness, stronger burnt roastiness, and late hops with lower alcohol. Much sweeter and less hoppy than American stouts. Much sweeter and less bitter than the similar gravity foreign extra stouts. And we take a look at our vitals. So pretty high original gravity. Finishing, even the finishing gravity is pretty high. 5.5 to 8 ABV. That's funny. So, they say Dragon Stout and Lion Stout is part of the commercial examples. But as you can see, the Lion Stout is 8.8 ABV. So I wonder if they changed it since these specs were written. 30 to 40 SRM, 30 to 50 IBUs. That's actually quite bitter for a beer that's supposed to be sweet. All right, so we are doing head to head. I've already poured them. Got two different glasses here. Got the Dragon in the snifter and the Lion in the full-on stout glass. All right, so let's start with the Dragon. I will say there's a sweet aroma here, but there's also a bit of like an oxidized aroma. It has like this, maybe you call it black licorice or almost like a gum kind of aroma. I don't mean mint or anything. I just like this. Yeah, I guess there's like a slight fruitiness maybe from yeast esters. I would not call it roasty. No roast, no coffee. And this is 7.5 ABV. So let's go with the Lion. I think it's like black licorice, a little bit of coffee. I think like that alcohol, it's 8.8. So that alcohol might be that slight kind of vanilla or chocolate aroma. Nothing burning. I would not call it roasty. So like I said, there is like a coffee kind of essence to it, but it's more like cold brew kind of coffee. Yeah, black licorice. It does not strike me as being like this doesn't. I don't smell this and I get fruit. This one I get like it's almost a little musty or something. Something weird going on with the Dragon. All right, so let's check the specs. Aroma: moderate to high intensity sweetness is prominent. Moderate to high coffee or chocolatey roasty aroma, but nothing burnt. Okay. So I do get, coffee and chocolate on the Lion. Medium to high fruitiness. Okay. I do get some fruitiness on the Dragon. It may have a molasses, licorice, burnt sugar, dried fruit, or vinous aromatics. Maybe that's what. Yeah, maybe I would describe the Dragon as being a little vinous. Almost a little wine-like. Stronger versions can have a subtle, clean aroma of alcohol. Low hop aroma optional, low diacetyl optional. I do not get hops on either of these beers. All right, for the Dragon, it seems more on point than anything, but to me, the nose is not super aromatic. I'm going to start with an 8. I think I could bump that up to 9, but I really couldn't go any higher than that. The Lion, I think, is at least a 10, and I could probably go 11 on it. All right, so appearance, both jet black, inky beers. Both had very large, brown, foamy heads. A little soapy, sudsy, but they fizzled away. I did not see any sediment in either of these. And it's funny, actually, the dragon, the head is still sticking around, which is interesting. You'd think it would stick around on this glass. But yeah, I mean, I would call that it's a deep dark brown. I don't think it's actually truly black. It's not like a Goose Island Bourbon County or something like that. Like that's like a black beer. This is just really dark brown, and it seems to be pretty clean. All right, so let's check the specs on appearance. Very deep brown to black in color, right? Clarity usually obscured by deep color. Yep, clear if not opaque. Large tan to brown head with good retention. All right. Yeah, both of these are hitting the score there. So I'm going to give the full 3 out of 3 to both. Which one should we start with? Let's start with the dragon. Cheers. All right. So the first thing I do notice is that this beer is actually quite sweet. It does have like a bit of like a cola flavor, like a Pepsi or a Coke, something like that. And a little bit of a fruitiness, almost like a banana ester, almost like like something in German wheat beer or something like that. This has like almost like a bit of a metallic kind of taste to it, little tinny, but it is a little fruity and sweet. I would not say chocolate. I would not say coffee or roast on here. There is just a faintest little bit of bitterness in the background to offer balance. But I will not. It is not cloying sweet. Don't get me wrong. It's not super sweet. I mean, it's more sweet than it is bitter. But it's not a super sweet bomb. All right, so let's give the Dragon Stout a taste. This strikes me as being much bolder and richer overall. So I kind of get, like I said in the aroma, a vanilla, black licorice. There is like a slight coffee or like a dark chocolate character here, maybe both. Yeah, nice kind of vanilla. Almost as if it was like barrel aged or something like that. But I would not call it woody or anything. So yeah, just like a slight vanilla. Maybe I would say butterscotch, which could be a little bit of diacetyl, and like they said, low diacetyl, at least in the aroma, is all right. Yeah, this one is definitely more roasty than the Dragon Stout. Not to the extent of like a foreign extra stout or an American Imperial Stout or anything like that, but just much stronger, bolder, beefier beer overall. And despite the 8.8 ABV, I do not taste alcohol in here. I mean, maybe it's counting for that vanilla flavor, but otherwise, not so much. Let's check the specs. Quite sweet with smooth, dark grain flavors and a restrained medium low to medium bitterness. Okay. Definitely describes I guess it describes both beer. Although I don't really get much bitterness on the Dragon. Smooth, roasty flavor, often like coffee or chocolate, although moderated in the balance by the sweet finish. Yeah, that describes the Lion more than the Dragon. No burnt malt flavor or harsh bite in the finish. True. Moderate to high fruity esters. Okay. I would definitely say there's some fruity esters going on with the Dragon, not so much with the Lion. Can have a sweet, dark rum, molasses, or burnt sugar-like quality. Yes. That's the character that I'm getting on the Lion. Yes. Would call it like almost molasses or rum. Low hop flavor optional, medium low diacetyl optional. Well, they even let you say medium low. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this diacetyl is like that overt. I think it's like very subtle if it's there at all. The Pilsner Urquell was a diacetyl butter bomb compared to what's going on with these beers. All right, so let's score these. All right, for the Lion, I mean, that is right there. And for me, it also tastes much better than the Dragon. So for the Lion, I'm gonna go pretty high. I think this is like 17, 18. I'll start with 17. I could definitely go up a point or two for that. As far as for the Dragon, I mean, it's a little more simple. It's lacking the complexity of the lion. You think it'd be the other way around. Um, but I mean, it is within the style parameters. So I think this is like a 15 to 17. Let's say I'll kind of split the difference and say 16. All right, we got to talk about mouthfeel. All right, let's start with the dragon. It is not that thick of a beer. I'd probably call it medium full. I think, yeah, medium full I think would be a good descriptor. I will say it does have like a nice, really smooth, creamy texture. Not quite as if it was on nitro, but just, really smooth, like, like a sweet stout or a milk stout, something like that. Just a nice soft, comfortable mouthfeel. Carbonation is fairly low, but it's not completely flat. Yeah, I'd probably describe it as like medium low carbonation. Yeah, so medium high body, medium low carbonation. That's a pretty typical for a stout. And super smooth and creamy. As for the lion, this has a little bit more mouthfeel. I would probably describe this as just straight up full body. Medium full at least, whereas this one could actually pass maybe as medium, but there's no way you would say there's anything less than medium full, and it would be quite easy to call this straight up full bodied. Carbonation probably about medium low. Yeah, and it's not super thick and sticky like a Goose Island Bourbon County, but for a big tropical stout, pretty big body on it. It's a little crisp. It doesn't have the creamy soft texture like the Dragon, but it is very drinkable. And for 8.8 ABV, no alcohol. No, that's really impressive. Like just like the faintest warming, but otherwise, really nice drinkability on both beers. All right, so let's see what the specs say on mouthfeel. Medium full to full body, often with a smooth, creamy character. All right, that definitely describes the Dragon. May have a warming but not hot alcoholic presence, moderate to moderately high carbonation. Interesting. I wouldn't describe either of these beers as moderate. I mean, well, okay, medium, also moderate. All right. Yeah, I guess you could call the CO2 moderate on both of these. It just strikes me as just being a little low. But yeah, medium full to full. And like I said, the Dragon could probably pass as medium, so it seems to be lacking a little bit in the body, but it is that smooth, creamy character. I bet when they wrote those specs, they were thinking of the Dragon. I wouldn't say that for the Lion, but it may have a warming on how, yeah, right on point, moderate, mild, higher carbonation. I don't think they're quite that bubbly. I'm gonna go 4 for both beers actually. All right, so overall impression. Which one was this? This is the Dragon. The Dragon is okay. I mean, it's within the style parameters, but it's just it's lacking a wow factor for sure. I think it's a 7 or 8. Maybe if it had it super fresh, it'd be 9, if not straight up 10. But I'll give it an 8. All right, that's a total score of 31, I think. All right, 39. All right, so for the Lion, I am much more impressed with this beer. I think it's just meeting the style parameters a little bit better than the Dragon, and just for personal preference, I think it's just a tastier, more complex, more fun to drink beer. So I think it's an 8 or a 9. I could let's say 8 and see what we get here. All right, so 8 is a 42. All right, I said I could bump some of these up, but I don't see much reason to, because it wouldn't bring me past a 45. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with a 42 for the Lion and a 39 on the Dragon. That does seem accurate. The Dragon does seem like a little subpar, but for the most part, it's right there. I wouldn't call it classic. I wouldn't call it. It's yeah, for the Dragon, it's so close to, being in that, world class or outstanding echelon. But for the Lion, yeah, I would call it classic, and I don't know if I'd go as far as say flawless. It is pretty wonderful. I'm not gonna lie about that. Could be a little bit better, but otherwise, and I wouldn't strike any of these check marks for, at least not for the Lion. For the Dragon, I think I might say metallic. Yeah, there is like a slight metallicness on here. It is a little estery, but that's fine. It's supposed to be. All right, so there you go. The tropical stout style. These are actually fairly easy to find beers. I could get these in New York and Florida. Although, like I said, I like the Lion better than the Dragon Stout. The Dragon Stout is cheaper, so bear that in mind. But the Lion Stout comes all the way from Sri Lanka. It's nice to see it in 16-ounce cans too. I'd love to see this on Nitro. That'd be interesting. But all right. So if you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.